Hello, fifth grade friends. Well, here we are. We are now doing distance learning for this week and next week. And I just wanted to share that I am so proud of each and every one of you for being so resilient and flexible and just able to adapt to different situations that happen so quickly. So thank you all. And thank you for being great team players and just continuing to participate and doing your very best. So we are proud of each and every one of you as fifth grade students here at Lincoln Center. So thank you, thank you. So we are doing a lesson today, and it's about solving problems. And I also will be joining some of your class Google Meets, either possibly this week or next week, as well for an additional lesson, as well as the one that I'm doing today. So this is a second step lesson, and it's about solving problems. And like I said, I might be joining your class Google Meet either this week or next week as well. And if you're needing to meet with me individually, please reach out. Let your teachers know, or let myself know through Seesaw or email me. And certainly do that as you are needing to. I want to certainly connect when it is needed. So today's lesson is about solving problems, and it's a two-part lesson. So today we're going to be doing part one. And the first part is that I would just want you to be thinking of some typical problems a fifth grader might be having with another person at school. Come up with as many as you can without using names. So of course you'd be, if we're at school, we'd be writing these on the board, all the different problems, but we are not. So, and we'd be talking with a partner, but if you could just kind of think of some problems that might be something you might be dealing with as a fifth grade student. And I'll think of some myself and just share, and then you can think of your own. And if you want to share those in Seesaw too, you certainly can when we are done with the lesson today. So some I thought about were gossiping, rumors, students lying to one another, maybe feeling like someone is better than you, and it could be at anything. It could be at academics, it could be in Phi Ed, it could be in music, whatever it might be. Another problem might be that students making fun of others. And finally, I thought of not being respectful of others. So there's plenty options of different problems that fifth graders face. So if you want to continue to add to that, certainly do that and share those out. I would love to hear more of what you're thinking. Why would you want to solve these kinds of problems before they get worse? So obviously, having a problem like this is not something we want in our world. And the main reasons why we don't is we don't want it to get worse, right? So staying out to stay out of a fight, or to get making sure that students are staying respectful of one another, staying out of trouble, getting along better with others, doing better in school, and of course to stay safe. We don't want anything to be unsafe or feeling unsafe when we have problems that can continue to grow and grow. When you solve problems, having steps to follow will help you remember what to do. We will watch a music video that will show the steps you will be using to solve problems. If you have had the second step program before, these steps will sound familiar. And last year we did show this step up music video, and that's what I will be showing now for you to look at, or for you to watch.
Here's a great way to remember. Keep it strong in the head, yeah. After the storm of strong emotions, here's the way to solve your problem, yeah. I said step. I just remember to step. Oh, try it. You say that the problem might lie. Nothing solutions that they run and how. Explore consequences, what would happen if you still got a problem, see? Now you gotta fix it, and you can. Oh, step up. Let me show you. Say every night when a kid come cut in front of you. Whoa, that make you mad, brothers and sisters. So feel it and calm it and take another look. Whoa, let me show you now. You see the problem out loud now. You both want to be first in line. No way. Now need solutions that may work and how. Now it's gotta be safe and respectful. No pushing, no shoving. See? Explore consequences, what would happen it? How will the people feel? How will you feel? Will it work? Now pick up the solution and make a plan, yeah. Choose it and act on it. You got to step up to be cool, yeah. Give your power now after the storm of strong emotion. Solve the problem now. You say the problem out loud now. Now think solutions that may work and how. Explore consequences, what would happen if. Now pick the best solution and make your plan, yeah. You got to stay. I just remember to stay. Oh, child, say you wanna stay. You gotta stay, you gotta stay. Oh, yeah, stay.
Awesome. Okay, so what do you notice about the first letter of each step? Right? So the first letter is the S, of course, and that is for saying the problem without blame, which means state the problem without blaming anyone. Okay? And then the T stands for thinking of solutions. And then the E, exploring options, and the P then is problem solving. So making sure that, or sorry, not problem solving, picking the best solution. Okay, so those are the what every letter means. Okay, as far as the word step and defining which letter and what goes with that. Okay, so making sure that you understand that the word step certainly means how can we solve the problem to the best of our ability. Okay. As you watch this next story about James and Sierra and their groups of friends, thinking about how you might state their problem without blaming anyone. Okay, so we're going to be watching a story about James and Sierra. Here we go.
Hey, you're messing up our game. Go play somewhere else.
No! All the other outdoor hoops are being used. We want to use this one.
Too bad. Fifth graders have dibs on this hoop. We'll play on the play court. Play court hoop is all messed up. There's a car out there. Whatever. You're wrecking our game.
No, we're not. We're not even playing. We're just arguing.
Well, it's your fault that we can't even play.
We just want to shoot hoops out here, and you never let us.
So too bad. Let's look. This is our court. You can play if you want to.
Anybody can play here.
You guys are not being fair.
Whoa! Everyone! Let's cool off. Now what's going on here?
They're always ruining our game.
They're always hogging this hoop.
I'm hearing a lot of blaming going on here. Sierra, James, I think you need to take a look at the problem-solving steps.
Okay, thank you for watching that. So let's just get back to the picture and then we will talk about the video. Here we go. Okay, so Sierra and James and their friends have a problem that they aren't able to solve on their own. It's turning into a bigger problem. Sierra and James are clearly upset. What do they need to do before they can even start to solve their problem? Okay, so if you're at school, I'd be asking that question and you'd be sharing out. Yes, they need to calm down, don't they? After they have calmed down, they can then use the problem-solving steps. Together, if you are at school, you'd be having a partner. You're not, so we can have you work with someone at home, or you can do your best to do this by yourself. But you will be going through the problem solving steps. And if you're at school, you'd be deciding which one is here, which one's James. And like I said, if you are able to do that at home with family members, that'd be fantastic. If not, you can just follow along and listen. When you problem solve, begin with the S. Saying the problem step is stating the problem without blaming anyone. And what does it mean to blame someone? Yeah, you're saying it's their fault. You're saying they're the ones that did whatever it is, and you don't take responsibility for your part of the problem. Okay, that's what blaming means. Statements that begin with something like you made me or because of you, or including words like you're always or you never, are blaming. When you're trying to say a problem you are having with another person without blame, avoid putting the other person in your statement. Stay away from you, he, she, or they always do this. Okay, those are blaming words. Okay, they never, they always, you. Okay, when you point fingers like that, you're blaming, and that certainly puts the other person on the defense mode. It doesn't make them feel good. So blaming is not respectful. Can someone give me an example from the story where Sierra or James blamed the other person? Yeah, Sierra said, they're always ruining our game. It's your fault. We can't even play. James had said, you're always hogging the outdoor hoop. You're being selfish. We just want to shoot hoops out here and you'll never let us. Okay, so those are all blaming phrases. Each person playing Sierra, if you're at school, you would turn to your partner and state the problem from your point of view. Okay, so Sierra's point of view is we just want to play basketball with the fifth graders, and that's what Sierra would be saying from her point of view. And then from James' point of view, he would say, we just want to play basketball at the outdoor hoop too. Okay, so that's where they're both coming from. Sierra saying she just wants to play with the fifth graders, and James, we want to be able to play basketball at the outdoor hoop too. So we have two ways of stating the problem that don't blame or make either person wrong. Okay, so let's think of one statement that will describe the problem without blaming anyone. Okay, so both groups want to play basketball at the same hoop. Okay, that's exactly what the problem is. Both of the groups want to play basketball at the same hoop. Easy as that, right? So this will help to describe a problem with another person in a way that does not blame anyone. Blaming will make people angry, and when you're angry, it's hard to solve problems. So they came up to decide that the problem is that they both want to play at the same hoop. Okay? So today that you learned the practicing the first step of the second step problem solving steps is saying the problem. And how should you state the problem in a way that does not blame others? Why is it important to state problems with other people in a way that does not blame them? Okay, it's not respectful and it can make them feel defensive, and people cannot come up with solutions when they're angry and upset, when they feel like they've been accused of doing something. So what I want you to put in Seesaw, this is your assignment, is you're going to think about one typical problem at school where it's important to say the problem without blaming anyone. Okay, so you're going to write in Seesaw one typical problem at school where it's important to say the problem without blaming anyone. And you can think of a in-school thing, or you could think of a recess thing, either way. But something at school where it's super important that we say the problem without making anyone feel blamed. And I will write that in Seesaw as well. Next week, we will continue helping Sierra and James solve their problem using the next two problem-solving steps, thinking of solutions and exploring consequences. Okay, and those are the next two for next time. Okay, thank you, everybody. Like I said, continue to reach out as you're needing to, and I might be jumping on your Google Meets this week or next week. Please answer the question that we've said. I will also put it in Seesaw. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Take care. Miss you all already. Bye, everybody.